Get your fat, sick ass over there. Even when it comes to like my vetting, when it comes to friends, I still want to be around people that make good decisions. Well, I just saw this guy standing on the corner pigeon toe.
Yes, y'allin', Jigga man be ballin'. These chicks pigeon toe, some of them be crawlin'. Get the best of you whenever I put my all in. Have mommies callin' for the law, darling. Jigga and Paulin', ass drop, coops with half the top, expose half my knot. Niggas mad when I brag about the cash I got, but I'm used to not having a lot. I'm from the gutter and
Hey y'all, another day, another obstacle course. So anywho, it is about, let me see what time it is. It's about 7:45 on a Sunday. I am in here folding clothes that I was supposed to fold y'all for like 2 weeks, I think. It'd be right here in my shopping cart. It's my clothes though, it's not Josh's clothes. I always fold Josh's clothes because he be needing his clothes for school, and I don't know, I like to have his stuff organized. My stuff could be unorganized a little bit, but not his. Um, so yeah, I have a laundromat in my building, so I be like doing my laundry, wash it, dry it, and then my shit just be in my cart from now on. But anywho, I'm trying to hold on. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do today. Um, I think I was mentioning it yesterday, but I don't know if y'all watched this lady. Her name is Sacred Knowledge Tarot. She's good. She's really good. She does like tarot readings, but she just go by signs. So if you like me, a Leo, you watch a Leo one, etc., etc. But anywho, I was trying to decide what I wanted to do today. Um, I was thinking about going to church, and then after church go to after church I was trying to decide if I wanted to go to my friend's um, breast cancer awareness kind of shindig. I mean, either way you look at it, I'm going, but I'm just trying to decide if I'm going to go to church and then go there because both of the places is in Brooklyn. So yeah, y'all. So that's pretty much it. I was kind of like I slept late because I usually get up. The latest I usually get up, whether on any given day in my household, is 6 o'clock. The only time I really sleep later is if I'm extremely tired or I'm not home, um, and stuff. So damn, what was I getting on here to tell y'all? Oh, so yeah, while I'm already like on camera, so I have. I'm trying to say, do I really have like a dating update? I don't really think I do. Um, because I told y'all about the I'm trying to remember the last thing I told y'all. Oh, so hold on. So I think the last thing I was telling y'all was like I did match with somebody, and then we kind of started speaking and we had our first little date or whatever. Um, I I don't even know if I should say this because like I said, I've been in this kind of like journey of just listening to my intuition a lot. And it's still a work in progress because sometimes I feel like, for me personally, like it can be a mixture of not so much fear, but like, when you've been through trauma, right? Or bad experiences, relationship wise, you know, you start to um, kind of think like, okay, is this person, you dragging like your past into your future, right? So I'm trying not to do that. But then at the same time, I also want to make sure that I am just keeping my eye open for certain things, because I think that when you are trying to be like, oh, like I'm gonna just let it flow, I'm gonna chill out, I'm gonna be cool, which is the standard, but you still need to kind of like keep your eyes and ears open for certain things. So, anywho, one of the guys that I match with, I think I said this before, I don't know if I'm repeating myself, sorry. I emailed him and he did not respond. So that's a dub. And it's crazy because that's the person I really wanted to talk to. I'll tell you why in a minute. The other person that matched me, but I didn't match them back, me and him kind of was talking. Like I said, we had our little 3 minute conversation, but we're talking, and I told y'all how I felt about dating younger men. And we were just kind of talking, and he was like, oh, I'm not really into the social media thing. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like, very, strange, because a lot of men are. Um, yeah, very strange because a lot of people are. Let me just not say men, but people in general are. But okay, if that's the story you want to sell me, whatever. So that was one thing. The second thing that he told me was that I was like, oh, do you live alone? And he's like, oh, no, my friend lived with me. Oh, no, no, my best friend lived with me. I was like, oh, okay. Now, mind you, he was telling me like he's like he's like an investor and all this different type of stuff. I was like, oh, whatever. And he has kind of like indicated to me like he got money or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, I mean, it's not a red flag in New York, really, honestly, because it's really, really, really tough out here to live by yourself. So, anywho, he said he lived with his friend lived with him, and but then in the same conversation, when he telling me about that, he was like, oh, because the first time or second time we had a conversation, he had said something like, oh, I just finished paying bills. And I was like, oh, okay, like, what are you telling, like, I don't know what you're telling me that for, like, volunteer information. And he was like, yeah, I just spent like 60 something thousand, no, $6,000. I just spent like $6,000 on bills. So I was like, oh, okay. But in the same breath, you said that you got a roommate, so whatever. But like I said before, people that have businesses and stuff, they own businesses, because he has his own business. I mean, that can be realistic. Um, so then he said he wasn't into the social media thing. So like, I don't know if anybody has WhatsApp or whatever, but like once you get someone's phone number in your phone, WhatsApp automatically syncs that phone number with your address book, right? So anywho, I noticed on my WhatsApp, because I do kind of like I post on my WhatsApp as well, and I'll notice on my WhatsApp like I'm seeing him posting. So I'm like, okay, for somebody that's not like into social media, because even though WhatsApp is WhatsApp, it's still considered like social media. Like you're posting like nonstop on it, nonstop. So I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. One of those individuals that I don't know. I don't know what the purpose of saying that you're not into social media for. I don't get it, because you're posting like you are. Like if I see you post like at least like 5 to 6 posts a day, you're into it. Anywho, I don't care. So that was one thing. And then we were talking, and he was like, "Oh, he lives in Brooklyn or whatever." And he was just like, "Oh, well, one of the conversations that we kind of ended on was kind of like, well, if you're in Brooklyn or Queens, just let me know." And I was just like, hmm. So in essence, that basically says to me that the only time we're gonna hang out is if I'm just so happy to be in Brooklyn or Queens and to hit him up. So that was definitely a dub. Um, I'm not gonna, like what you would say, completely cut him off or be like, oh, I'm not talking to him ever again. Um, but I feel like that's just some real like lazy, or not even so much lazy. It's just like an unintentional kind of thing. Mind you, I didn't try to holler at you. You try to holler at me. So it's like, and then yesterday, I don't know what y'all feel about this, but I feel like I'm the type of person that, like, if I call you or text you and you don't respond, like, I despise it. If I had to be quite honest. So yesterday I texted him, and I think we spoke. We were speaking like every day, but I think we skipped a day. So I just text him in the afternoon, like, hey, nothing crazy. He didn't respond. And it's not so much of, I know that it's like the new, not saying a new dating world, but I just feel like everybody lives and breathes on their phone. Nobody could sit here and say, oh, I don't be on my phone like that. You're lying. You are lying. And so when people don't respond to me, it just kind of like solidifies the type of person you are. Um, or not so much solidifies, but like me personally, like I don't do that. So it's really hard for me to grasp how somebody cannot respond to somebody. And I don't know. Like I said, it's just me. And I think I'm trying not to make it personal because, again, before my mindset was like, oh, the person I'm going to talk to, like I took it personally. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm starting to not take it personally and just decide, okay, is this somebody that I want to continue to entertain? You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if I told y'all this before, but I'm just at the stage in my life where, like, I don't want to tell nobody how to treat me. Like, if I have to tell you stuff like, oh, I called you. Well, I'm definitely not saying that. Like, if I call you, you don't answer the phone, I'm going to treat you accordingly. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's where I'm at with it. Like, once you show me what priority I am in your life, that's the way I'm going to prioritize you in my life. And it's not so much of a tit for tat thing, but it's just like you need to be able to identify as soon as possible where people have you in your life so you do not waste unnecessary energy. So, like, if someone is that type of person where they feel like, oh, I'm not going to respond to her because I'm doing whatever you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. It's not like I'm automatically assuming you're with another female. You could be working, you could be with family, da 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 da. But you saw my text and you said I'm not going to respond to the person for whatever reason that might be. So now I can be like, okay, when I'm busy, when I'm with my family, when I'm with my friends, when I'm just laying around scratching my ass, I don't have to respond to you because I'm not a priority in your life, so why should you be a priority in mine? It's all about reciprocity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to exude more energy than you do. You know what I'm saying? There are certain instances where I do know people go through shit, but that's more or less of people that I know. Like, I know certain people might be busy or they may have gotten distracted, but those are people that I've gained a relationship with, and I know that what's been communicated to me. And even with that, to a certain extent, I don't you know, not overshare, but I don't overdo because I feel like reciprocity, right? You do, I do, you do, I do. And it's unfortunate that you have to be like that, but you do. You know what I'm saying? Because people take advantage or they just have no conscience to say, well, damn, this person always comes to my whatever. This person always calls me. They're not going to think about that. They don't care. It's all about them. So, and I had to learn this the hard way. And this is friends, this is family, this is this is everybody. Now, I've always been that type of person because I'm very spiritual, and my intuition is like I'm still trying to navigate it. I'm actually a little scared of it, but sometimes if I'm thinking about somebody, I'll be like, no matter what our situation is, um, I'll be like, damn, I wonder how this person is doing. Let me reach out. You know what I'm saying? So Yeah, um, dating is hard, and for everybody out there that's watching me right now, like I'm serious. Like, if you have somebody in your life and y'all in a relationship, marriage, or whatever, try to make it work. There's therapy. There's all different type of things that you could do, and I know there's just some instances that you just cannot like go back to, but please try to make it work because being single and being alone is very difficult, and you can't find genuine people out here no more. Everybody has their own agenda, and it's just better to, I guess, know the devil that you do know than you don't know. But then again, I do know that there's a lot of toxic situations, so I'm not encouraging toxicity. But if you got somebody that got your back and your best interests at heart, and there's little things that you can work on, I think you should do that because there's hardly no more like genuine people anymore. Color that in. Take that day, okay, I guess. Hey guys, so I was just like touching up my I don't know if y'all can see this properly, but let me try it this way. This is Lady Gaga's brand. This is called Current Matte. Got like a little orange kind of thing to it. You know I love my red lipstick, girl. Anywho, it's about 9:40. Oh, welcome to a new vlog, y'all. Welcome to a new vlog, y'all. Welcome to a new vlog. It's a new day. It's a Sunday. You know, I try to start the vlogs on a Sunday, the beginning of the week. I am en route to another like early morning date. I think I was telling y'all in the last vlog we're supposed to be going to get he's getting a manicure pedicure, of course. I'm getting my filling and change the color. I'm trying to decide if I want to cut these nails down. I prefer to cut them down because dealing with Ja and just like his car seat and the buckle on the car seat, like all that matters, y'all. All that matters. Yeah, so that's where I'm headed right now. It's about 9:45. We made I'm going to say reservation. We made an appointment for 10:30. So that's the time we're supposed to be meeting. So I'm going to meet him right now. I left a little earlier because I need to stop at the bank. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know, there's nothing else to say. So yeah, I think the next time that I'll check in with y'all is like maybe after the date. Just let y'all know how it went. This kind of thing is different, for those who are perplexed on what to do in certain instances like such. And primarily the reason why we're meeting so early is because of life. You know what I'm saying? Life be life, and he got a life, I got a life. And this was the time that we was able to meet, and we just really wanted to see each other again. And so this is the outcome of it. Last night I did not do anything, y'all, besides I showed y'all in the last vlog. I went and got some oysters, had a glass of Pinot Grigio, came back in the house, had another glass of Moscato, which I usually don't drink, but someone bought it for me. So I had another glass of that, not even a whole glass. And I went to bed, y'all. I went to bed at like 9 o'clock at night. My alarm, I told y'all guys, every day my alarm is set for either 5 or 6. Today was a 6 o'clock day. I actually got up a little bit before 6 because Ja's grandma texts me. She gets up super early in the morning and she just starts conversations. So she texted around 5:30. So I basically just stayed up. My alarm was about to go off at 6 o'clock, which was good because soon as that alarm went off, I was pushing the shopping cart downstairs to the laundromat. I just did Ja's laundry because his laundry needed to be done. I have to make sure that he has his clean. You know, when he go to school, he has to have like a blanket and a sheet. So his blanket and sheet that I sent him with was dirty, and I just kind of like to stick to that same, like, you know, set. We got other stuff in the house, but I just want to keep him, you know, plus his, you know, some of his bed linens I needed to clean. Basically his laundry needed to be done because I try to do laundry every 2 weeks. So very seldom it doesn't happen, but I try to stay on top of it. So I just did his laundry. I didn't do mine because I need to like clean some like covers and stuff like that too. So I'll probably do that later on in the week. And by the time I finished doing the laundry, well, while I was doing the laundry, I started editing the vlog that's probably gonna go out between today and tomorrow, just depending on how long it takes to upload to YouTube. It was exporting when I left the house, so hopefully by the time I get back, it should be finished exporting from iMovie, and then I could start the uploading process to YouTube. And then by the time I started, you know, I basically finished that because that's like a short vlog. It's probably just gonna be about maybe 20 minutes or so. And then once I finished like editing, it was time for me to get dressed. I should have showed y'all what I had on, but I was like kind of perplexed. I was like, what do you wear to a date that's like at a nail salon? Like, we're just going to get our nail, you know, we just doing, what do you wear? You know what I'm saying? Because initially, I was gonna wear, basically what I have on is like a boyfriend shirt. It's just open, you know, so that he can see my titties. Now I'm just like, but anywho, I'm showing cleavage. And then I got on like these leggings that I got from Fashion Nova, and they got like holes in them, but it's not trashy looking, y'all. It's not trashy looking. And then on my feet, I was considering putting on some shoes because I know he likes shoes, you know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, but we're going to a nail salon. I'm gonna be struggling trying to get this boot off. So anywho, I'm gonna try to get some footage of my outfit. Maybe I'll see if he can do it for me. And so on my feet, I just decided to wear my Yeezy desert boots because I have them in this color and haven't worn them. I've had the desert boots for like 2 years and haven't worn them not once. And I was saying, I vowed to myself, this winter I'm wearing them. So I got that on my feet, and I feel like that's cool. I got, you know, I got my little sweater jacket on, my Sonia, I forgot what her name is, but anywho, I got on my nice little long sweater jacket that y'all always see me, and I just love this coat. It's a sweater coat, but I love it. It's like the best thing ever. When my best friend used to work for I can't remember the name of the Sonia. I'll put it on the screen, y'all, because I'm drawing a blank right now. My best friend used to work there, and when she was there, I was able to get this, and it was just, it's one of those pieces that you're just gonna basically have to forever as long as you take care of it. And it's like, you could dress it up, you could dress it down, and you know, of course, after a while in the wintertime, I can't just wear this, but it's thick enough that you can wear it. If you put a scarf on and you're dressed warm underneath, you can wear this throughout the winter. But I don't know. So anywho, y'all, I've been talking for 8 minutes. I will check back in with y'all later on. All right, so my date is over. My date is over. I'm actually by my job because I'm going to the mall. I'm just going to be nosy, to be honest with you, because I got a little time to kill before it's time to go get a job. And I was already out. It's about 2 o'clock. I was already telling my mother I was picking him up around 4, so this is kind of like good timing. I had to stop at the job because I had to use the bathroom so bad en route to me going to the mall, Roosevelt Field. I was like, you know, my job is near Roosevelt Field, so I was like, you know what, I gotta use the bathroom. I want to be comfortable. Like, I know I could go to my job and be comfortable, you know what I'm saying? So feedback. about the date. I'm trying to think, how can I say this? Because I don't want to tell y'all the whole story. Y'all know how I am. He is a very, so mind you, let me catch y'all up. I think I was telling y'all when I did the speed dating event how, one of the guys that I didn't get a chance to speak to, he actually matched with me. That's how we was able to like communicate, etc., etc. So ever since then, which has been about today, I think maybe 2 weeks since I've been to or 3 weeks since I've been to the speed dating event. And so ever since then, we've been communicating. Like, we honestly talk every single day, whether it's a text message, call, etc., etc. We've been communicating. So we finally decided to meet up today, to, just get acquainted, whatever. And that's what we did. We decided to go get our nails and feet done together. And that was cool. Of course he got a man manicure, pedicure. I went and got my fillings. This is the new nail job, the new nail color. Nothing crazy, nothing extravagant. And after that, I had bought a little bit of libations. I had bought like a little cocktail with me. And so we kind of like sat in the car, and well, initially we went to try to go get something to eat, but without telling y'all, because if I tell y'all one aspect of the story, then you're gonna know anything. But make a long story short, we didn't go get something to eat. But it's not because of the fact that it wasn't really, it's a long story. Not a long story, but like I said, without telling y'all certain things. So we sat in the car by the park, and it was like chilly today, so we didn't get out and go to the park. We was just sitting in the car kind of talking, and honestly, I knew, they doing pumpkin patch. So I knew that, initially, like I said, I didn't plan for like a long date. I planned for exactly what it was, and that was to meet up, get acquainted, etc., etc. So that's what we did. I think he's too young for me. I think he's way too young for me. He's 33. And I told y'all before, like, to me, and this is just my experience. I know everybody has their own experiences with younger men, but I'm just not in the mood for certain things anymore. Like, I'm not an old lady, but I they say that women are like more mature than men. So a 33-year-old is really what, like a 23-year-old, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that, and I'm not completely closed, or I'm trying not to be completely closed off to them, because I know that there might be people out there that's younger than me that may be mature, but I'm just finding more and more that a lot of men that are like 45 and younger are just super immature about a lot of different things. It's just not one aspect. It's just they don't know how to treat women. They don't know how to talk to women. Like, and today I'm not saying that he wasn't. First of all, I wouldn't even go out with a person or meet up with a person if they were disrespectful. He was very respectful. Got his head on his shoulder. I mean, if I was going to deal with a younger dude, that's the younger dude I would deal with. If in regards to like being responsible and having a piece of coin, and that's who I would talk to, like young wise, as far as responsibility. But we started talking, and we was just talking about all kind of different things. So example is, I asked him, what is he looking for, right? And when someone tells me, even if, well, let's just stick to the topic at hand. When someone tells me that they're kind of like going with the flow, it's not a good look for me. And here's why. You need to know what you want. If you don't know what you want, then I don't think that we're going to get along, because I know exactly what I want, right? Now, do I know that there's different outcomes of different situations? Yes. But my intention from the beginning, it's always going to be, I'm looking for a relationship. I do know that relationships are built on friendships, and so I respect the process, like, of just being friends with people, and then maybe eventually we will be in a relationship, and maybe eventually not. But when somebody say, like, go with the flow, I just kind of feel like it's not a guaranteed answer to what I'm looking for. And that's not like the only reason why I think this is going to be a no for me. There was like a couple of red flags. He was, telling me how, he has a daughter, and I believe his daughter is maybe about 7 or 8. And then he told me how, I asked him how his relationship was with his, child's mother, and he was like, oh, it's cool, but she still wants to be with me, and I don't want to be with her. And I just kind of, and I'm not saying that that's not the case, but it's kind of a red flag for me, you know what I'm saying? Because I feel like if I was to get in a relationship with you, like, how is that gonna, like, are you tiptoeing around her because you know that she still has feelings for you? What kind of dynamic is that? What's that about, kind of, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's very important for me, especially, to, like, think about things like that, because I love my peace, y'all. Like, my peace is something that I have been protecting for dear life, like, in any and every capacity. So when a man tells me that basically his child's mother is, like, still not over them, that tells me there's drama, involved, and that's not something that I really want to partake in. And again, it's not to say that we're in a relationship or whatever, but you need to think about things for what it is off the rip. Like, all that, okay, we'll get together, and then eventually she'll get over it, and then eventually, like, no. The second thing is definitely being at 33, you probably haven't set, like, a clear, defined parameter for her, or boundary with her. Because if she's still, you're telling me that you haven't been, because, I was asking questions. So if you're telling me that you haven't been with your child's mother since your child was 2, and she's still on you, that means you got something going on. That means you was leading her on somehow, some way. Why is she still stuck on you? And you told me that she's older than you. So I don't know. Now, mind you, this what I'm telling y'all, that's not the only thing. It's other stuff, but I'm just not gonna tell y'all what else it is. It's other stuff. But as far as, I gotta give it to him, fine, y'all. Like, when I tell you fine, he is like, he fine. Okay, just take my word for it. Fine. Responsible, like, like I said, if I was gonna talk to a 33-year-old, he's a 33-year-old dude that I would talk to. Okay. Very respectful. Was it, like I said, the manners is there. The manners is there. And that's that's my type of vibe. I like people that are very respectful and manable, like they have manners and they're not disrespectful and stuff like that. Those are usually the traits that I find very attractive in someone. Like, it's never so much like the looks. Of course, the looks is always what you see outside, initially, you know what I'm saying? But when you start to get to know the people, is when you decide, like, okay, this is somebody I could see myself with, whether it's a friendship or relationship or anything like that. So The stuff that I just told y'all, plus the other stuff that he told me, is gonna be a no. I just need to decide, like, am I going to communicate to him that it's a no? Or am I just going to disappear in the bushes like Homer Simpson?
Oh, okay.
That's the only thing. I mean, I don't know if I don't know. I don't have to if I don't want to explain myself to somebody. I don't have to explain myself to somebody. So I don't know. I'm debating because yeah, it's a flat out no. It's a no for me. It's a no for me. And I don't know if I was telling y'all before, it's not like like I was saying, I do know that not every situation is going to end up in a relationship. It will probably, this particular situation will probably definitely be like a friend kind of deal. But even when it comes to like my vetting, when it comes to friends, I still want to be around people that make good decisions. And I'm not saying that he makes bad decisions, but I just don't want to be in the vicinity of people that don't make good decisions. I don't know if that makes sense to y'all. I probably don't, but I'm just letting y'all know how I feel. So anywho, I'm gonna stop off at the mall. I'm gonna probably just go on Neiman Marcus, look around, just, you know, looking around. I know that they may have opened a Zara back up, but I don't know if I want to go that far into the mall. I might just want to stop at Neiman Marcus. It is crazy, y'all, because I kind of like him a little bit. It's not like one of those things where it's like I'm like cuckoo for Cocoa Pop stuff, but it's just like, it's weird. It's crazy that somebody could be a no for you based on like not little things, because I'm a very reasonable person, but the stuff, like I told y'all, there's other things that I don't want to disclose. But it's nothing like physical. It's nothing like that. It's like, I don't know. I just be really, I don't want to call it judging people, but I'm selective on who I allow to be in my life, and with good reason. Really, really good reason. You know, maybe nobody else will value. I'm the only person that can only value myself the best way I can value myself, and I don't need to tell anybody what I do, what I don't do to prove to you why you should value me. If you don't come into this situation and value me, then keep it moving. And go be aggravated and annoyed with the situation that you're in right now. That's pretty much it. But anyway, I'm at the mall. Been talking for like 15 minutes. So I'll most likely I'll probably check back in with y'all later on in the week. Peace. Hey guys, so today is Monday. I am off. Well, what am I saying? I'm off. I'm not off. I have to work today. I'm covering for a coworker. So I'm usually at the gym today for CrossFit, and yeah, I'm usually at the gym for CrossFit today. And then I come home or I go run an errand or whatever before it's time for me to go get a job. But today I have to work at 12 o'clock. Of course, I'm working from home. If I'm off and I have to work overtime, it will be working from home. So I'm in the house and I'm just kind of like doing a little bit of housework. Right now I'm folding Jar's laundry because I did it yesterday. So I'm folding it up now. So that way, you know, I always make sure that I fold his clothes up. I didn't even do my laundry yet anyway. But I just wanted to jump on camera. I said while I'm folding these clothes, I was kind of like, you know, not brainstorming, but just kind of like thinking out loud, i.e. talking to myself. Like I'm talking to myself right now. But just thinking of how to rationalize being single right now. And how to, and the only reason why I'm kind of sharing it with you guys, and that's why I was like, let me go ahead and jump on camera, because I know that there's a lot of people out there, a lot of women especially. That's I can only speak from a woman's perspective, put it like that. So it's just like, I just know that as a woman, it's really hard to rationalize like why you're single. um and so I just felt like I wanted to kind of like share what I've been going through and what I've been through. So I've been kind of like single for the majority of my life. I didn't really honestly start getting into relationships till I was about hmm like long-term relationships, I would say maybe about in my early 20s. Because before then I just kept experiencing situations where I would like the person, but they wouldn't like me like that. They wouldn't like me enough to be in a relationship with me. And then I would have instances a lot that where the person likes me, but I don't like them. And I learned a lot from all of that, right? To kind of like come to the conclusion of when I would want to be in a relationship with somebody. So, doubling back to what I was saying is, when I was younger, growing up, I did not feel like I was good enough. Um, I didn't have someone in my ear telling me, you know, basically giving me words of encouragement. You're beautiful, you're strong, you deserve, you just like, basically, let's put that in perspective. Deserve, right? You are deserving of someone that is going to treat you with respect. My mom and dad divorced pretty early on in my life, so I never got a chance to kind of like see what that dynamic was like. She would tell me about the relationship, but I just never really got a chance to see it firsthand. And then, she did go on to have other relationships with men, and a lot of the men that she was in relationships were ugh. A lot of the men she was in relationships with, they were really good men. So I think that that kind of helped me to identify the characteristics of what a man should be, right? Or a boyfriend, man, whoever you decide to be in a relationship with, right? So, like, I'm just giving you my point of view. So, like, the men that my mother would date were, I would just say, blue collar men. They have really good jobs, hardworking. They treated me with respect. Um, Never saw my mother, disrespected or crying in a corner. They always kind of like treated my mother well. And so that part of what I experienced kind of like was good. My dad was around, meaning he lived in New York, but pretty early on I realized that, he just wanted to make sure that he did his part financially, which was pay his child support. But as far as like spending quality time with me, um I didn't really get that. But I knew where my dad lived. I had his contact number. I knew where he worked. It was never nothing like he was just totally missing. But he always made sure that he attended all my graduations. I don't know of a graduation or those type of pivotal moments. He was always there for me. And so I have to give that to him. But as far as like having a dad that I can go to and talk to him, like, not saying that I couldn't talk to my dad. I got a little better with it as I grew older, but it was like me initiating it, right? My dad was like my first true love, like when it comes to like what I feel like a man was supposed to do. So he was there for me financially, and like if I needed him, I knew where he was. It wasn't like he was missing in action. But as far as like giving me guidance, I didn't really get that. Like it was a lot of it had to be like where I was initiating it, like a lot of it. And I think that that part about why I'm not gonna say that I didn't feel like I was good enough for my dad, but I needed to hear you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you deserve somebody that's gonna treat you right. So yeah, as I was saying, so my weight fluctuated like my whole life, like up and down, up and down, and most of it has to do with genetics. Like the women in my family are heavy, and so, and again, I didn't have anyone in my life to tell me you know to exercise and to how to just stay healthy. So I was always a little chubby, and so he would say a lot of comments about that. And I would get that from like my family members as well, like making jokes, oh, calling me wimpy because I like cheeseburgers, or saying things like chubsy wubsy, and stuff like that. And so, and then I was like the only female for a very long time. Like my little cousin that came in the picture, she didn't get here until I was like 14 years old. So for all those years, my close cousins, like that, I mean, like I was with like all the time, like most of the time they were boys. So as the young lady growing up in my household, in my family, like I was the one that was constantly scrutinized. And not only that was I scrutinized for various different reasons, it was just also um I was the female. So of course with the boys get away with more stuff. The females don't get away with as much stuff. So it's, oh, you chubsy wubsy, and all that stuff. So like, I don't want to go off track, but when you grow up for that long period of time where, not only are you hearing, so this is just like the people that's closer to you, then it's like outside of that, when it came to like dating and stuff like that, I found that a lot of the men that I was interested in would be interested in my friends and or another female, so but still, I did know that I was beautiful though. I did know that because I would hear it, you would hear it from adults, you would hear it from strangers, you would hear it, like I knew that I was, and I looked in the mirror and knew I was. But when people, especially the people that's close to you, point out those certain things about you, you do end up having an insecurity about it. And I used to really struggle with that because it's like when the closest people, like I'm the type of person, like this is how I am. The people that are closer to me hurt me more than outside people. Like even to this day, like people that are closer to me and that I truly love, they can probably get away with 1,000 things, what I'm saying, as opposed to somebody that I don't love, what I'm saying. And throughout time I did have to learn that although you love this person, there's still like boundaries that you need to like set. So years and years and years of just feeling like, and I have other things that contributed to my insecurity and how I didn't feel like I was enough. So that played a part in it too, that I won't mention at this time. And so when you have felt that way about yourself for so long, you do develop this sense of like you don't deserve certain things, or not even so much you don't deserve, you have never experienced it. And then after a while you'll start to feel like it doesn't exist. And so that's why I think I was single for so long. And I don't think that's not, like I said, that's just not one reason. I just think that I never knew what it was like to really, how does relationships work. I never had those conversations. I like, my mother had relationships and stuff, but I didn't really know what it took to have one. Those conversations never happened for me. And then when I got a little older, I was like, okay, I'm seeing my friends in relationships, like even when we were kids. Um, why is it that I can't seem to uh keep, why, not saying so much keep a man, but why is it that I haven't been able to sustain a relationship or whatever? But and as you get older and you go to therapy, because I started therapy pretty young, and that's when I started to recognize this is like this the beginning stages of, I would say I started therapy when I was around 18. And so when you're in therapy, as 18-year-old, it's like, therapy, what do you mean therapy? Like, what's wrong with you? Like, something wrong with you? Everybody contributes therapy to that, something wrong with you. And it's like, no. Therapy is not something that you do just because something is wrong with you. It's because this world is so difficult to navigate. If you don't have God in your life and a therapist, good luck to you. So yeah, so once I kind of like started to see or try to get an understanding of what a relationship should look like, I started to be in relationships. But before I get there, I think even before I started like getting into like relationships, I needed to tell myself, and this is what I started to tell myself: you are nothing less than a girlfriend. Like, you're not a friend, you're not a blank buddy, like you are nothing less than a girlfriend. And I would say I started telling myself that probably around 18. Probably around 18, 19, somewhere up in there. I had boyfriends before that, but it was like never nothing long term. Like, it would be like short little instances. So once I started telling myself that, then things started to change. I was encountering more men that were willing to give me a relationship. So after, when I finally, so before that, or in that transition stage, I was dealing with men, and basically if they were like, oh, I don't want a relationship with you, I would cut them off. Like, I'd be like, okay, cool, move on. So once I started doing that, then I get into relationships. But the people that I was getting in relationships with, like, they weren't what society would, or like so much society, but they wouldn't be the people that, I know that everybody else will want me to be with. Meaning, they may not have had a job, or, I mean, it's not too many instances of that, but it was just like, they wouldn't have all their ducks in a row. But being younger, it was a little bit more acceptable, because it's like, all right, people probably just finished college, or they're still trying to figure themselves out. So that was the next step. So after I started to get into relationships, then the next step was to, okay, now you need to get into relationships with people that have their shit together. You know what I'm saying? Right? So that was my next step. But every time I would meet somebody that had their shit together, they didn't want a relationship with me. So now that was a problem. So then I eventually would meet people, right? And when I met them, they had a job, they had everything going on. We get in a relationship, now they don't want to work, or they lost their job or something. And then I'm trying to sit there and wait for them to get their shit together again. They wouldn't get their shit together again, so then I had to cut them off. So I stopped, not saying so much dating. I don't think I was in a relationship for a while, and then I was just dating here and there. And then I have my moments where I just don't want to date nobody, and I just want to be by myself, and I just want to not have that burden. But all right, let's jump to the present text of what's going on in my life now. Is, things change. I have a child, so not only do I need to find somebody that wants a relationship, have their ducks in a row, but I also need somebody that's going to be receptive to being a father figure in my son's life. So it makes it that much harder than what I was trying to accomplish before. And also along in that journey, I encountered a few situations that I never saw in my life, like never experienced, where there's people that have insecurities, like the mental parts, right? Not so much that it's like a mental illness, but the manipulation, the insecurity, the gaslighting, the narcissism, like that stuff was like in the mix of it all. So while I'm trying to make sure that I secure someone that has their ducks in a row, meaning job, I'm sorry, I didn't define ducks in a row for me. Job, car, own place, that's ducks in a row to me. And taking care of their children as well, if they have children. So now you find those people, right? But now it's the narcissism, the psychological aspects of those relationships that now you have to learn to identify. That's number one, because sometimes people play, you know how you always meet the representatives, right? You always meet the representatives, and then you have to get to know the person, and then by the time you get to that part where you're really getting to know them, which in my experience will be that 3 month mark, you're in love with them. I'm a Leo. I love hard and I love fast. It's harder to get out of it, you know. But I have to give myself a lot of credit, because there's been many situations that I've been in, and I've like tried to make certain situations work and it didn't work, and I was out because it wasn't good for me, my peace of mind. I'm not a person that can operate on negativity. Like, that's just something that I can't do. In order for me to be the best Fatona that I can be, I need to make sure that I'm operating at a very positive space, because I have a lot of things on my plate, even prior to me having a child. So that's where I had to step away from a few situations where maybe 70% of the relationship was good, but then that 30% were like major things, like I said, gaslighting and narcissism and all that stuff, and that's just something I couldn't tolerate. I didn't see my mother tolerating it, I didn't see my aunts tolerating it, and I couldn't do it, and I don't think I ever can. And also, I'm a very like genuine person. I like to be around genuine people. I like to have genuine relationships, because I feel like when a relationship, whether it's platonic relationship, I mean platonic, business, friendship, when it's a genuine authentic relationship, that's what's going to sustain the test of time. Even with my best friends and my friendships and stuff like that, I've been friends with my friends since we were like 15 years old. I am 40 years old. So you're saying, what's that, 25 years of friendship and more? We're still friends. Like, have we had like little spats together? Yeah. But the foundation of our friendship is so genuine and authentic, it was able to last the test of time. And in this day and age, you can't meet too many people that's like, oh, I have a group of friends, not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six. Like, I have like 10 friends that we've been friends since high school till this day. We might not see each other every day, we might not speak to each other every day, but our relationship was built on genuine authenticity, and that's why I believe it sustained the test of time. So I've been kind of like looking for that in a relationship, and I haven't been able to be successful. You know, I just feel like a lot of men are just like very selfish and self-centered. All they think about is themselves all the time. The few relationships that I've gotten in, and I felt like, and this is what I mean by authenticity for me in a relationship, is having someone that has my back genuinely, like caring about my well-being. No, not when it's convenient for you, or when I'm doing everything that you want me to do at that moment, but I mean in its entirely. And some people have their own thought process on what they feel is genuine. And it could very well mean because they don't know what it is to be genuine, to be honest with you. I think a lot of my ingenuity, as much as I can tell y'all, like, when it comes to my family and how they, at times, I don't want to sit here and say they were monsters, because they wasn't. I just think that that's just the way we are, actually. We're super duper honest, actually too honest. I try to tell people, especially like friends or family that don't know, when they come around, I'm like, I'm just letting you know right now, you don't got no feelings. And they're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like, you'll walk through my door, and like, you'll walk through my family door. As soon as you walk through the door, they cracking jokes on you. You gotta be the type of person that have like thick skin. And I think because of that is why I think I'm so genuine like that. Like, I can't hide my facial expressions. It's super hard. I mean, of course, I had to learn how to like change certain aspects of myself. Not so much change it, but mask it, because I'm in a business world and you have to conduct yourself in a certain mannerism. And that I learned, again, trial and error, because the way I've been raised is like, I'm telling you how I feel and I don't give a fuck. But honestly, in the business world, you can't do that. There are ways that you can, and I had to learn how to do that. Please, for people that have not read the 48 Laws of Power, go read it. A lot of that stuff I've done naturally, but go read it. It's true and it works. But I'm saying all this to say, y'all, because I've been talking for way too long, is that I'm just was trying to just give y'all like a background of what I've experienced, and I'm quite sure everybody has their own story to tell, and I'm just telling you a little piece of mine, because there's so much more. But right now in my life, I'm single, and I think the only part that bothers me the most about it is just not having someone to help me raise my son. And I'm not looking for a replacement. I'm just looking for somebody that is genuinely not only here for me, but genuinely wants to be a part of my life, because I do feel that my son needs to have a male figure in his life that he can kind of like look up to. And I think another aspect of it is that I didn't really have that. I've had my uncles and my godfather, but like, to have someone there, like really, really there for you, it's, as a man, and as him growing up being a black boy, I just feel like he needs that. And sometimes I get lonely. It's not that often, to be honest with you, because I'm not really what you would say lonely. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I just be needing that like confidant to like talk to, and just like be there for me, and I'll be there for them. I don't have any problems with being there for somebody. Like, that's just so natural for me. But it's just like, I'm more cautious on who gets that kind of like energy from me again. Like, I'm being super duper duper protective in who I love again, because I know how much I love. And love for me is not something that's just like, I just love you. I just love you. You know what I'm saying? It will be like the kid. We'll talk about that on another level. And I don't feel like I need to explain my magnitude of love to anyone, because those who have experienced it know what it is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm quite sure they appreciate it. And for those that haven't, then maybe God said no. You don't deserve that aspect of me. So that's pretty much it, y'all. I'm just trying to, and what I was just trying to tell you, I keep trying to bring it home. But I think what's been allowing me to accept me being single right now is that maybe God is just really saving me for the person that he wants me to be with. I need to save my love, energy, and all that embodies who I am for another person. It needs to be saved for that person. And I think that's what's been allowing me to accept it more and be okay with it and be at peace with it. are there times when I'm like, damn, yo, why am I single? Why am I single? Like, and it bothers me. Well, it don't bother me as much as it used to, because I think that accepting part of rejection is protection. You're probably being saved for who you really supposed to be with. In the interim of it all, practice and listen to your intuition. And I think I was telling y'all before, like, more than ever right now, it's not that I wasn't listening to my intuition before. I just felt like, hold on one second. Why does she keep calling? Oh, it's not like I wasn't listening to my intuition before. I just think that I think prior to that, I didn't know that you can listen to your intuition without having evidence, right, as to why you were listening to your intuition. If so before it would be like, oh, my intuition would be like, oh, this isn't a good situation for you to be in, all right, relationship wise, right? Or either way, I was more or less struggling with my intuition the most in relationships. Other things, I'll be like, oh, boop. Oh, my intuition telling me to leave. My intuition telling me not to go outside, don't go outside. My intuition telling me not to hang out with this person, don't hang out with this person. But when it came to love, I had to literally sit there and get like an example or get the evidence in order for me to say, that's what was going on. You know what I'm saying? So now it's just like, now if I even get a feeling, or my intuition is telling me something like, I'm out, I'm not sticking around to figure that out, I've learned enough lessons. Also, with that being said, I do know some things that I do is coming out of fear, and that's what I'm battling right now. Okay, is this intuition, is this fear, which one is it? But the biggest thing for me to kind of like differentiate it the most is just been praying on it, sitting still, and then eventually I'll make a decision. And sometimes when you pray, how do I explain this? Sometimes when you pray, and you say whatever you say in your prayers, or you're trying to look for clarity, the person that you're asking for clarity from will show you in their actions. They will show you in their actions. So for example, if I'm dating somebody and I'm like deciding, okay, my intuition is telling me not to talk to this person, not to be with this person, I go to God. And then all of a sudden this person just starts to withdraw from me. Like, So at first I'm like, not the first time I dealt with somebody that done this before. They could be going through stuff, yada, yada, yada. Then the next thing you know, you don't hear from the person again. Or you ask for clarity from the person and they don't give you clarity. That's when I know that it's my intuition that was telling me that. Because I feel like if you ask someone like, oh, hey, depending on the situation, you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes I really don't care. I may ask for clarity, and if the person doesn't clarify it for me, then that's kind of like my confirmation to leave the situation alone. Pretty much. But anywho, let me finish folding John's laundry up. I've been talking for like 20 minutes, y'all. But I just want you guys to give me feedback on this conversation we had about relationships, and if anyone, it doesn't have to be women in specifically. Like I said, I'm speaking from a woman's perspective because I am a woman. But just accept whatever it is that you have whatever cards are dealt for you at that moment. You may just be in waiting for the person that you're really supposed to be with. Maybe your other person is not ready yet. They might not be ready yet. Maybe they gotta heal. Maybe they gotta go to therapy. Maybe they gotta finish getting a divorce. Maybe they gotta finish raising their kids. They gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, accept it for what it is. Create your own happiness. Because what I can say right now, like, I think for me, peace is like priceless. And I'm peaceful, right? Like, I'm good right now. I got a lot of other moving parts in my life, but like, I ain't got nobody stressing me out. You know, my son, he got his shit with him, but that's regular stuff. That's just what he's supposed to do right now. And that's it. So, I mean, that's just what I got going on, y'all. You got to find your own happiness, your own peace. If you like to do pottery, do pottery, you know, and find hobbies, find stuff that you like to do outside the home, you know, try to, you know, if you like taking photography, I'm starting to get into photography, mostly doing this. And I also want to, I'm trying to like set aside time to go take pictures outside and start to learn different aspects of it. And again, like I told y'all before, like YouTube is like a learning pot. Like, you don't need to be taking no expensive ass classes. There's plenty of knowledge on YouTube. And I want to start taking some professional pictures, and like, you know, it's just something that I started to just like a little bit. And I realized how lucrative it can be if you're good at it, you know what I'm saying? And it's so easy for you to start a business like that. And I have other little businesses that I have, but it's like, it's nothing wrong with just starting something or just doing something as a hobby. But anywho, I will holler at y'all later. Let me get back to doing my chores. Peace. Hey guys, welcome to another day in the vlog. I believe today is like the 20, yeah, today is the 24th, and I am en route to the office. Yeah, I know what's up when y'all see me kind of dressed up or whatever. I'm really feeling my fit today. I gotta show y'all later on. Le fit. I'm starting to, I don't even want to say I'm starting to, but I need to get back in touch with you doing my little fashion joints. I'm considering doing like a dedicated TikTok just for fashion, but then that kind of sounds like I'm gonna be spending more money, or I could just take what I have in my closet and then just kind of like make the best of it in that event. So yeah, that's basically what I'm up to right now. Wow, it's a lot of traffic over here. Let me see if I could turn off. Whoa, it's usually not that bad this time of morning. What's going on? Yeah, let me turn over here. Let me go through this way. Oh, it's just these trucks in the way. That's what it is. But anywho, yeah, I was considering doing like a dedicated TikTok just for fashion, but I don't know. I just don't think I really, honestly, at this point have time to do that. So eventually, maybe I will. What else I was going to tell y'all? So, yeah, that's pretty much it. So anywho, I was telling y'all before, I had damn, I could have jumped right in front of him. Like I was telling y'all before, I'm just trying to find my way, because I should have just stayed on that road, but honestly, whatever, I'll figure it out. So what I've been trying to do as of lately is oh, this is what I was gonna say to y'all. Come on, school bus, let's go. What I was gonna say to y'all is the guy that I went on the date with the other day, that I was like, you know, he reminded me of my ex. He's been hitting me up and I haven't been responding. I just don't know how to come out and tell somebody like I'm not interested. I mean, it's not that I haven't done it before, but I just kind of feel bad because I know he he's interested clearly, but I'm just not interested. What is this school bus doing? I knew I should have just stayed on my where I was at. Jeez, peace. Oof. Anywho, so yeah, I'm really kind of like, I want to say I'm scared. I'm not scared of anything. It's just that, I kind of feel bad for letting him down. I mean, he probably, I don't know. What would y'all do in this situation? Would y'all like, and without me like trying to, and the thing is like, I'm pretty open when it comes to dating about a lot of different things, but it's just like, I think my non-negotiables that I have, my basic non-negotiables, I just feel like those are not, I'm not compromising on those, because I feel like those are the most important things for me in order for me to proceed in any situation it is, whether, even if it's just not, it doesn't lead to a relationship. I still don't want to be in company of people that are not progressing in life. And like I said, I'm 40, so anybody that I'm talking to at this point would most likely be my age, older, you know what I'm saying, which I feel like an older man should actually have more than me, way more than me, and so forth and so on. I should have just stayed on that road, because the same traffic I'm seeing doing this little swiggly thing I just did is the same traffic I'm seeing now. So anywho, I don't know, give me your thoughts on that. Like, would you tell somebody that you're not interested, or would you just like ghost them, is what I'm saying. But I don't know. And then it kind of like feels, so basically he's been hitting me up like, what's today? Today is today is Tuesday, so he's been hitting me up since like Saturday, I think. No, I'm lying. Was it Saturday or Sunday? Yeah, so he's been hitting me up since Sunday, like, so that's like 2 days in a row. Haven't responded, so now he's like, are you okay? And I'm just not responding. Like, so I was gonna say I was gonna block him, because it's like, if somebody's not responding to you, like I said, we're not locked in like that for you to be concerned with my well-being. Not to say that somebody wouldn't be, but I don't know. It's funny to me, like, dating now, that how like us, I've always found myself in situations like this when I'm like reaching out to people and they don't respond or whatever, and then you start to kind of like question yourself. Like, you start to be like, what's wrong with me? Oh, I'm getting rejected. And then you're like chasing, you know what I'm saying? You always hear women do that, like, all the time. Like, oh, I was talking to this guy and then he didn't respond. You hear mostly like women are the ones that's like, what's wrong? And now that I've been not so much doing it, because it's not like I'm doing anything deliberately to anyone for any kind of reason. I'm sticking to my standards, so sometimes I give like explanations and then I don't. So this is the reason why sometimes I don't. The reason why I don't give explanation, and now that I'm actually doing it, now I kind of see why guys do it. Because when I give somebody an explanation, like, as to why, because most of the time people, like, if I say, hey, I just wanted to let you know that, you cool and stuff, but I'm not interested, or, because I don't know what other way you would say it, because I want to be honest at the same time. I'm not going to lie and be like, oh, make up some story as to why I'm not, communicating with you no more, whatever, or I'm not fucking with you like that. And then it's like when you tell somebody the truth, you know, they get so offended, or they want to know why, right? So then you kind of give them a why. But I mean, I guess I can say I don't want to explain that to you. I could do that, but it's just like, and then there's some guys that just be like, oh, okay. But then there are a few guys that ask like, why? You know what I'm saying? So that's like one of the reasons why I just be feeling like I don't be wanting to say nothing. And I feel like if it's like the beginning of, it's like I feel like I owe more of an explanation to people that we've been in like a long-term situation with, you know what I'm saying? Like not someone that I'm just dating, like, you know, or just getting to know. I'm not obligated to explain to you anything, whether it's I'm not interested, so forth and so on. So I don't know, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. I mean, like I said, when I feel in my spirit that I need to explain something to somebody or really like tell them why, then I do it. If I feel in my spirit that I shouldn't have to explain to them, or I'm not going to explain to them, then I don't. And that's that. And damn, it's just, I wish I could tell y'all everything, because then y'all be like, oh yeah, like that's a dub. And you'll also, if I was to tell y'all about the other date I had with the nail salon kind of, you know, date, whatever. And now that I'm thinking about it, like I was like, that wasn't really like a date to me, which is cool, you know. If I told y'all everything, then it would make sense. But I don't want to, you know, even though y'all not gonna know who it is, and you know, nothing like that. But I just feel like I just want to attract good vibes in my life. And I feel like if, in order for me to do that, I just want to stay in a very positive, oh shoot, what the fudge? What is up with people? I just want to stay in a very like positive space. Like I don't want to, like, I feel like talking about people and telling people business is like a negative space. And like I said, maybe it ain't for other people, but for me it is. So all right, y'all, let me get to work. I've been babbling for 10 minutes, and then I will probably touch bases with y'all later on. I have to run to probably just go to King Cullen and just get some flowers and a gift card and a birthday card from one of my colleagues, because her birthday was last week, but she didn't come to work. So when she comes in this morning, I would like for that to be, you know, set up at her desk and stuff, nice and pretty and stuff like that. If she comes in today, because I ain't even asked her. But anywho, I'll check back in with y'all later. Peace. So yeah, y'all, I was trying to show you how to fit. I have on like this green dress, and I have on like these green tights. It's the same color, well, a little bit darker. I don't know if y'all can see. But, and I just got on my Yeezy. Ow, that hurt. I'm getting old, y'all. I was trying to show y'all the green. I don't think it's really capturing on camera. And then I got on my Yeezy boots. So I ain't feel like putting on shoes today, y'all. Plus I need to go to Rainbow and find me a new pair of shoes. But we'll talk about that and the reason why in a minute. But I think I look cute, y'all. What y'all think? Hey, y'all. So I'm still at the job. I'm on my, like, I don't know. I'm just sitting in the car smoking my hookah. I guess you could say my smoke break. But I just wanted to say this before I forget. So, like, I only come to the office twice a week. There's some people at my job that comes every single day, depending on what department you're in. I'm in logistics, so most of the time it's like the operation people that have to be here every day, you know, like the drivers, the warehouse staff, etc., right? I want to say every morning, but yeah, basically every time I come here, I get in around 8:30 in the morning, And 9 times out of 10 when I get in, I have to use the bathroom because it takes me about 45 minutes to get here, and I drink a lot of water, right? So I usually always have to like use the bathroom when I get to work. But there is someone, and I don't know who it is. I can't pinpoint who it is because where I sit, I don't sit near the bathroom. And even if I did, I don't watch who goes in and out the bathroom. But they blow up the bathroom every morning, every single morning. And I'm like, most of the time when you have to do that aspect, you usually do that when you home. So I was just thinking, I said, maybe the girl who's doing this, maybe she lives with somebody and she doesn't want them to, like, you know, experience that. But I mean, blows up the bathroom. And the thing about it, what really kind of like not irritates me, because it's just some, if y'all don't know, and especially for the men that comes and watch my channel, like, women are really nasty. Like, the women's bathroom to me is always the most dirtiest. Like, it sounds like that shouldn't be, but it is accurate, because I've been many places like where I had to end up using the male's bathroom, and the male's bathroom is way cleaner than a woman's bathroom. And like I said, every morning, like coming in the morning and like smelling that early in the morning, like it's different if you smell it like in the afternoon, after lunch, etc., etc. But to come in early in the morning and smell that soon as you walk through the door is like so disgusting to me. And on top of that, let me tell you another thing. We have multiple bathrooms that everybody can use in the facility. So you know how some places have, like, I think initially, like, I don't even say, I can't even honestly, in all my years of working here, I can't even say we have what you would say like the executive bathrooms. Like, even the executive bathrooms, like, we were never told not to use those bathrooms. We have executive bathrooms. We have, so those are the bathrooms where it's just one person in it. We have multiple bathrooms where you can go and use. So the bathroom that I'm talking about is like our main bathroom, meaning any visitors that come, that's the bathroom that everybody use, which is clean and stuff like that. And it has about like 3 stalls in it. But I just don't understand, like, why you gotta blow that bathroom up when there's executive bathrooms in the back, where if you do that, at least it's not like, you know, so like, I don't know if y'all get what I'm saying, but damn. And it's like that early in the morning, my dude, like, you don't use the bathroom before you leave the house? Or, and don't get me wrong, like I said, I know how my body works different too, like, because I have to get up early in the morning. My body might alternate when I use the restroom. But again, and this person, whoever it is, smells horrible. Like, I don't know what they're eating. I can't pinpoint who it is, but they smell bad. And they smell so bad that, like, even they spray and everything, and it still is like a horrible scent. So I don't know. I'm only mentioning it because it's like every time I go in the bathroom, like, imagine coming into to work 8:30 in the morning, and like I said, because I have a long commute trying to get to work, I have to use the bathroom, so I have to rush in there and use it. It happened to smell that early in the morning at work. Anywho, oh yeah, and while I'm on, y'all guys have to check out, what's her name? Kennedy J. I think her name is Kennedy J. She's a YouTuber. Yo, when I tell you, she had a 2-hour vlog because she hasn't like posted in mad long. When I tell you, I'm gonna put her name across the screen. When I tell you, this girl is so funny. Now, of course, it's a 2-hour vlog. It's just her talking, but when I tell you, she's mad funny. And like, one of my coworkers has suggested her to me because she knows that, you know, I vlog too. And she was like, yo, she mad funny, but yo, she is hilarious. Yo, she had me cracking up the whole entire vlog. And it's 2 hours, but you could listen to her like while you drive, or like when you just super duper bored. But I'm gonna put her name across the screen. I mean, like I said, to each his own. You might not find that she's funny, but to me, some of the stuff she be saying, like, she talks about like her dating experiences and just like all kinds of stuff. She's just hilarious to me. So I'm gonna put her name across the screen so y'all can check her out. But anyway, I'll catch up with y'all later. Peace. Hey guys. I look crazy. I'm on my way to pick up my little angel. It's Wednesday the 25th, about 2:27. I usually pick him up around 2:20, 2:30, somewhere up in there. This weather is crazy. It's 66 degrees outside. Like, you leave out in the morning. This New York weather is insane. You leave out in the morning, it's cold. And then the afternoon gets warm, like 66, and then it gets cold again. But anywho, well, I just saw this guy standing on the corner pigeon toe. I was trying to get a video of him, but he saw me. So I was like, damn. And I'm driving too, so it's like it was real obvious, y'all. But I was trying to. He had on, let me tell y'all what he had on first of all. He had on damn, what's the name of those goddamn sneakers? Oh, he had on some copper. No, they wasn't copper. He had on some gold foam posits. And then he had on a gold like sweatsuit. And not only was he standing pigeon toe, but why was the bottom of the pants legs like pulled up? And I can't tell. I don't really think he was a good girlfriend. I don't know, because I couldn't see that much. He was just standing there on the phone, pigeon toe, wearing what I just told y'all. But anyway, I'm here. Let me go get my little monster. He actually been calming down with the tantrums, y'all. He's not like tantruming as much lately. I don't know. I think maybe it was a phase. But I'll see y'all in a bit. If I don't check in with y'all today, then tomorrow's another day.
Why make me wait for so long? So long. I don't like being in the dark. No, I don't. At a time it's like you ain't there. Where you at? You stopped acting like you care. No, I want my money long. I won't clear COVID nights. Who even knows your name?